Before we begin, a few important words. This recording is intended for relaxation, personal development, and general well-being. It is not therapy, it is not medical treatment, and it is not a substitute for professional care from a licensed healthcare provider. No specific results are promised or guaranteed. Every person's experience is unique, and what you take from this session is entirely your own. If you are dealing with a medical condition, a mental health concern, or are currently receiving treatment of any kind, please continue to work with your healthcare provider. This recording is meant to complement your well-being, never to replace professional guidance. Hypnosis recordings, while effective for many people, are not a replacement for working one-on-one with a trained and highly skilled clinical hypnotherapist. If you are dealing with a specific issue and would like personalized help, I invite you to visit phobiafree.life and schedule a free consultation with a certified clinical hypnotherapist. Before we begin, this recording contains hypnosis. Please do not listen to this while driving, operating machinery, or doing anything that requires your full attention. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you can simply relax, undisturbed, for the duration of this session. If at any time you need to be fully alert, you can simply open your eyes, take a deep breath, and return to full waking awareness immediately. Find yourself in a comfortable position now. And you don't need to do anything in particular, just allow your body to settle the way it naturally wants to when given permission to simply be still. You might notice the weight of your body against whatever is supporting you right now. And isn't it interesting how you never really noticed that support before, and yet it was always there? Your eyes can remain open, or they may find their own way to close, and some people find their eyes closing almost before they expect them to, and that's perfectly fine, because your unconscious mind always knows exactly what it needs. With each breath you take, you don't even have to try to relax, because relaxation isn't something you do, it's something you allow, and your body already knows how. Perhaps you notice a gentle heaviness beginning in your shoulders, or maybe it starts somewhere else entirely. It doesn't matter where it begins, only that it spreads slowly, naturally, the way warmth spreads through your hands on a cold day, without any effort at all. And as that comfortable feeling continues to deepen, your mind may begin to drift a little, the way it does in those moments just before sleep, when thoughts become softer, less urgent, more like clouds passing than anything requiring your attention. You don't need to follow every word I say. In fact, your unconscious mind is already doing exactly what it needs to do, and your conscious mind is welcome to rest. With every breath out, just a little more comfortable, a little more settled, a little more yours. And when you're ready, we can go somewhere quite wonderful together. I want to tell you something important, and I want you to really hear this. You have survived every single panic attack you have ever had, every one. They felt unbearable. They felt like they would never end. Some of them felt like you were dying, but you weren't. And they did end. Every single one of them ended. And you're here, right now, listening to my voice, alive, safe. Proof that panic no matter how terrifying, is something you can survive because you already have. And here's the thing about panic that changes everything once you understand it. A panic attack is not a state, it's an event. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, like a wave. A wave builds, it crests, and then, no matter how large it was, it recedes. Every wave in the history of the ocean has receded. Not one has ever stayed at its peak forever, and neither has a panic attack. Not one, ever. So tonight, we're going to learn something together. Not how to stop panic because you can't stop a wave, but how to stand on the shore and let it pass. How to watch it come and watch it go and remain standing. That's what the people who've overcome panic have learned. Not how to fight it, how to let it pass through them. But first, a feeling. I'd like you to think of a time when you felt genuinely solid, genuinely grounded, not floating, not spinning, not being pulled in every direction, just planted, here, present. Maybe it was a moment when you handled something well, a crisis, a challenge, a situation that could have overwhelmed you but didn't. And afterward, you felt that quiet strength that comes from knowing you can handle things. Or maybe it was a simpler moment, standing barefoot on grass, or sitting in a familiar chair, or holding something solid in your hands, and feeling connected to the physical world in a way that made everything else seem manageable. Or your own moment of being grounded, your own word for it. Find it. And let that feeling come into your body now. Feel your weight, feel gravity holding you, feel the surface beneath you, solid, reliable, steady. It's been holding you this whole time, and it's going to keep holding you. And notice your breathing. Not to change it, just to notice it. The air coming in, the air going out. That rhythm, that steady, automatic rhythm that has been going on since the moment you were born, without you ever having to manage it. Your body breathes. It's one of the things your body does without asking permission. And right now, just noticing that rhythm, you might find it beginning to slow down. Just a little, just enough to notice. And let that grounded feeling grow. Feel it spreading like roots growing into the earth beneath you, not just sitting on the surface anymore, but connected to something deep and solid and unmovable. Feel those roots going down, down through the floor, down through the foundation, down into the actual earth, into rock and clay and ancient stone that has been here for millions of years and is not going anywhere. That's your anchor. And no wave, no matter how large, can move an anchor that's connected to bedrock. Good. Now, I want to teach you something about waves. Imagine you're standing on a beach, and a wave comes, a big one, and instead of running from it, you stand still, and the water hits your legs. It swirls around you. It pushes at you. It's cold and loud and surprising. And then it pulls back. It recedes, and you're still standing. Your feet are still on the sand. The wave came. The wave went, and you're still here. And another wave comes, and this time you know what to expect. So you stand a little more firmly, you breathe, you let it hit, you let it swirl, and you let it go. And it's easier this time. not because the wave was smaller, but because you knew from experience that it would pass. This is what mastering panic feels like, not preventing the wave, standing through it, knowing with absolute certainty that it will pass, because it always has, and it always will. And that feeling you found, that groundedness, amplify it now. Double it. Feel yourself becoming heavier, more solid, more connected to the earth beneath you. Double it again. Until you feel like a mountain, not rigid. Mountains aren't rigid, they're just immense, so large and so deeply rooted that the weather around them is irrelevant. Wind blows, rain falls, lightning strikes, and the mountain doesn't notice, because the mountain is operating on a completely different timescale than the storm. And your panic, when it comes, is weather. It's a storm. It feels enormous while it's happening. But compared to you, compared to this feeling, compared to the mountain that you actually are, it's a passing cloud, brief, temporary, already dissolving. And you could try, right now, to make yourself feel panic. Go ahead, try to make your heart race, try to make your chest tighten, try to trigger that familiar spiral. And notice what happens. The harder you try, the more your body says, no, not right now, not here, not while these roots are this deep and this ground is this solid. The panic can't get purchase. It can't find a foothold, because there's no crack for it to get into. You're too full of this other feeling, this grounded, steady, solid feeling, for panic to find room. Now, imagine a future moment. You're somewhere, anywhere, and you feel that old familiar first flutter, that tiny signal that used to be the beginning of a full-blown panic attack. But this time, instead of the flutter becoming a roar, something different happens. You notice it, and you breathe, and you feel your feet on the ground, and you remember this feeling, this mountain feeling, this root feeling, and the flutter just passes like a breeze, like a leaf falling, like a wave that barely reached your ankles before it pulled back. And you stand there, and you realize it passed. It came and it went, and you didn't have to do anything except stand still and breathe and let it go. And each time this happens, each time a flutter comes and goes without becoming a storm, your confidence grows. Your roots go deeper, the mountain gets larger, until the day comes when that first flutter doesn't even register as alarming anymore. It's just a sensation, like the wind touching your face. You notice it, and you let it go. And that day is closer than you think, because your body is learning this right now. With every breath, with every moment you spend in this grounded, solid, safe place, your nervous system is rewiring itself, recalibrating, learning that the appropriate response to that first flutter is not panic, it's presence, it's breath, it's stillness, it's trust. And now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And you'll have a choice. You can open your eyes, feeling grounded and solid and strong, carrying this feeling into the rest of your day. Or you can drift into a deep, safe, restful sleep, held by this ground, anchored by these roots. Whatever you choose is exactly right. 1. Beginning to shift, the ground still holding you, the roots still deep. 2. That solid feeling, It's yours now, whether you're coming up or going deeper. 3. Your body knows what it needs. You can trust it completely. 4. Almost there. Grounded, steady, safe, strong. 5. Eyes opening, refreshed and grounded and ready, or eyes staying closed, anchored to the earth, drifting into deep, safe, solid sleep. Whichever you chose, you are safe. You have always been safe, and the wave always passes.